back with season 3.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with my co-host Onaji B and our special guest Savage. Appreciate you guys for joining for this inaugural episode of season 3. We're really excited to really see what we can do with the live streaming thing in this season and get some amazing folks on that are doing some really cool things. So without further ado, I'm gonna go into what we always do is our weekly gratitudes, and I'm gonna say I'm grateful to have an amazing guest on this week. Savage, appreciate you for being here, and I'm just grateful to be here again for episode 1 of this whole thing again, starting from the beginning and really figuring out a way to rock out this brand together with my boy Onaji B. So without further ado, I'll kick it over to you, B. How you doing?
Doing amazing. We're back. Season 3 underway. Gonna get 20 more plus episodes under our belt. Shout out to you, man. It's been amazing having you co-host this thing with me. We've had an incredible journey over these last 2 seasons. Had some more incredible guests. We got another incredible guest today with Savage. I can't wait to learn more about Minted Merch and what he's up to and cooking up. And it's just like it's really cool just to see like this networking piece of Web3, blockchain, crypto, this emerging tech. It's like all these pockets of cool individuals building their own tables really within this sea of like fast paced Wolf of Wall Street financial tech stuff. It's really cool to see teams that are still here, that are still building and still innovating and have really cool ideas. So yeah, man.
100%. Well, Savage, what are you grateful for this week? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. As far as grateful, I didn't come prepared for that, but I'm going to say I'm grateful for my partner, Kat, my girlfriend, my
Yo,
business partner, and wouldn't be able to do this thing without her. So that's my
Heck
gratitude.
yeah.
boom. I love it. Well, we'll just get right into it. What we like to do is we like to hear a little bit about the founder's story, about, how they got into the amazing worldwide world of Web3, and then a little bit more about how they built their brand, their product, and what they see going forward. So we'll just start a little bit about, like, why did you get into Web3? How did you get into Web3?
So my story's a little funny on that. I feel like a lot of people just stumbled upon it. For me, I was very big on self custody, having control over your own funds. I don't know. A lot of people probably have never gone down this road of having to deal with a garnishment lawyer. But if you don't know what
Mm.
garnishments are, that basically means that this entity can reach into your bank account and your business bank accounts whenever they want and take as much money as they want until they're paid back said garnishment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Huh.
so once I found that out, I no longer discovered that bank accounts were safe if you were, dealing with garnishments. And I ran a moving company before getting into Web3, so dealing with garnishments and lawsuits
Huh.
is a common thing in the industry. So long story short, had a long battle with the lawyer. Didn't go so hot. So self custody became one of my very important metrics that I paid attention to, and that's what led me to crypto. Um, this was back in 2016, 2017. Of course, at the time, I'm a mover. I don't have a bunch of funds to move into it, or I'd be rich today. Uh, so, I was, buying crypto at the time, selling it to pay bills. Then come, say, I don't know, probably 2020. I start to get serious again. I'm, well into the company, and I got some money to start investing. So I started playing around with NFTs. Um, not the best move. Put a lot of money in, lost a lot of money, made it out alive. I'll put it that way.
There you go.
It started out over on X, and it was great at first, great energy. Everybody was happy. Of course, when money's up, everyone. As soon as money starts going down, I mean, that place got a little crazy. So we kind of backed off of Twitter, and that's how me and Kat met, was on Twitter, actually, through an NFT community at an
Oh,
NFT.
sick.
Huh.
Yeah, about 3 years back, and then we were again in a
That's
lot of
really
NFT
cool.
communities. And that kind of led to the Minted Merch thing, because we were in a lot of projects that weren't producing merch at the time, or they were producing merch, but it was $160 for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And it was the same you would get at Target, just with the logo on it. So we were like, well, what can we do here? And at the time, people were wanting to build with their IP, right? Everybody was buying NFTs and they had IP rights, and we wanted to build stuff too. So we started making some stuff of our own. I had some friends that wanted to do the same thing, and that's kind of where Minted Merch was born. Um, Hence the crash of NFTs and Twitter running downhill. We found Farcaster. Luckily, I had a friend. We were playing this game called Nifty Island. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nifty Island back in the day. Got a pretty nice airdrop from that. So it was kind of good.
There you go.
But yeah, my friend was like, you got to check out this DGen stuff over on Farcaster. And this was in DGen
Uh,
all-time highs. jumped over, bought some degen at all-time highs, and started doing this thing. And I was like, this is really cool. And there are obviously a bunch of other ways to make money on Farcaster. And I was like, why would I ever waste time on X again? It's basically the same thing. Most of the same people, at least the good ones I want to interact with, are over here on Farcaster. So we made it our home. I mean, I still check into Twitter. You got to in the space just to, keep your finger on the pulse. But am I posting over there regularly? No. Farcasters kind of became our home. And transitioning from Twitter to Farcaster, I started with a really basic Shopify store when we started Minted Merch, because I'm not a coder. I don't come from a coding background. Like I said, I was a mover most of my life and figured out how to start my own moving company, how to discover how to do SEO, make a website, all that stuff. And, I was using GoDaddy website builder, simple stuff at the time. And I was like, I can figure this out, and at the same time, we got all this AI stuff. I don't know if you guys have played around with Cursor at all, but I got my own team now. It's
yeah.
Yep. 1000%.
So we get to Farcaster, and this is right around April 2024. So V1 frames are just on and popping. It's like,
yeah.
And I'm like, this is really cool. Like, we could put a merchant here, maybe. Didn't have any coding experience. Didn't know what I was doing. But I found this app this frame called Warp Shop. And it's basically like a transfer your Shopify store into a frame sort of deal, kind of plug in. And that's kind of where we started.
That's awesome.
And we actually started with the ham community. If you remember TN100X back in the day, the ham memes, everybody was tipping ham.
Huh. I know.
I was on the outside, but I remember.
Okay.
I think a couple people tipped me some ham, yeah.
So we started off with ham hats, and they were a hit. We probably sold more ham hats than we did of any merch over on Twitter over the course of a year and a half. So we were like, wow, we really have something here. With Farcaster, we got all these funded wallets. You got people that are active in crypto, people that want to support builders. It's just a different environment.
100%.
So we went from the frames, and then of course V1 frames start to deprecate. Those are no longer a thing, and then on comes mini apps, even more complicated than V1 frames if you don't know how to code. So I was like, okay, well, now it's time to learn, or at least figure out a way to do this. And that's when I kind of opened up Cursor and really just taught myself. I watched a few YouTube videos, tried to find courses. There's not really any courses out there. And if there are, they're probably really, really expensive, and Cursor is pricey as it is already. So you really, the best way you can learn, if everybody's listening to this and wants to start, just get in there and do it. If you got an idea of a mini app you want to build, just literally go start and do it. Yeah. Documents. There's documents for everything. And all you do is feed it to the LLM over and over. If you get something wrong, you feed it to it again. Say, I think you read that wrong. And sometimes it hallucinates, and you got to know like when it is and when it's not, and know how to like kind of go back. And you get better as you go. Obviously, when you're first starting, you don't know how to like when it's wrong or when it's right. You start to notice patterns, and you get smarter with it over time. And I mean, the amount of knowledge I've gained since I think I started building mini apps in April of this year, so 5-6 months ago, and I've cranked out like 8 of them. And I've learned like so much more after every single one. And now here we are with Minted Merch, and I'm implementing everything that I've learned so far. So yeah, I built the mini app. I didn't build it from scratch. I got a template from JC4P. He built it like a basic Shopify template, very skin and bones, but it was a great start. Like it had, all the main display for the items. There was a checkout feature. So I took that and I scaled it up to what it is now. You got the cart option, you got the mini app guide, you have the daily leaderboard, the points leaderboard, the Minted Merch holders leaderboard, the daily check-in wheel, have a reason for people to come back. Because with your typical merch store, the only reason somebody's coming to your shop is to buy something typically.
Right.
Your website traffic's pretty low unless you're pumping out ads on a regular basis. With the way that we have our app set up, and you're coming to check in daily, earn points, move up the leaderboard, and get entered into raffles to win more Minted Merch tokens, gift cards, or free merch, it's a reason for people to come back. It's a reason for them to put eyes on merch, and it's a benefit for the people that we're collaborating with. And that's one of the benefits to holding our token. If you're holding 50 million of it, you get access to exclusive partner collabs with us. You get access to custom merch, and that's just if you want it, like you have an idea for a hat that you want for yourself. We don't have a minimum order, so you can get a custom hat. There's a group chat, and then you get 15% off store wide as long as you hold. So there's some of the perks of holding the token. And building more into the app every single day, and finding more ways to reward those that are supporting us. We got some cool things coming as far as like staking goes. Man, I feel like I just went off on a tangent though. We went from
No, I love it so much. I learned so much. That was amazing. That
questions.
was amazing. No, B, go first because I'm sure you have so many at the brim.
Yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it from, because I had my dabbling in like, drop shipping days and all that good stuff. I have a graphic design background, so I was dabbling in all that, stickers and a little bit of merch here and there. Would you like just knocking it out of the park when it comes to like attaching the blockchain use cases within like all of the traditional Shopify different mechanisms and stuff that they have. So like it's really cool, really refreshing to hear that somebody's like connecting the dots on that and just running with it, and in the Farcaster side too, like it's genius. I love it.
Thanks,
It's awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
heck yeah.
Have you guys heard of the DGen 1 device?
I heard about it, but I
have,
don't
yes.
have one. So how do you tell us about that too?
Okay, so these are super sick. It's like a hardware wallet meets a phone. It's
Right.
an Android device. The coolest thing is it has a wallet built in. So this little button on the back is a fingerprint reader. So anytime I
Yeah.
want to send a transaction, I just scan my finger on there.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
And so I went actually on Sunday. I went in and I made the Minted Merch app actually compatible on the DGen 1.
Interesting. That's cool.
I was able to vibe code this all within one day. So if I hit
That's fucking sick.
this
Yeah.
sign in button,
Yes.
the
That's
Farcaster
crazy.
signs you in. Let me hit the sign in button real quick. Talk back over, and then I can actually do my daily spins right in the mini app or right in the app. And I'm looking at
That is awesome.
their app store. I got a meeting set up with them and everything.
Yeah.
It should be
That's
pretty
so cool. I love it.
Yeah. So the power of vibe coding. Like normally it'd take a team, a week to knock something like that out. I did it in one afternoon on a Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny said that's sweet for sure. Now you're cooking.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. I'm excited now. Now I want one. Like I didn't know why I wanted one. I've seen him and I was like, I know I want it. I don't know why. But already you've told me why now.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
That's the laser beam at the top.
What?
It's got a built-in
Out of control. How
so
long have
cool.
you had that the DGen 1?
It's been, I think I got it on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick
Like
question.
the next day was like build the app.
Did you have to pay an extra tariff on it?
Did it was
Okay.
$73 for delivery.
And how much did it cost? If you don't mind me asking, how much was it? Like
At the
total?
time it was 0.2 ETH. I got it super
God.
early on. I think
Okay.
it's like 500 or 600 USDC.
Yeah.
Which if you take my 0.2 ETH from back then, I paid like
Yeah.
900.
Yeah. Depends on how you look at it, right? Yeah, no. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's
sick.
really interesting. Huh. Yeah, no, I have
Yeah,
a lot
see,
of thoughts.
And that's
Because the hardware side is really interesting to me. I have this one, which is like $160 one that they did with the Telegram, the Ton one, like very cheap, like Android software, right? The only interesting thing is that it has like this back screen, which like has a camera technically, which is a little weird, right? Because I don't know why you wouldn't just like face it forward.
Do it, yeah.
Right? But like I kind of get it because you want to use like these
Good
things,
camera.
right?
And
So,
see-
but it's not that good of a camera. So it's like it's
the front
really
face
interesting.
camera
And it
iPhone.
doesn't have anything extra than just like being Android software. I use it as an extra like phone to put like stream on and like other things, right? Like it is beneficial just as a backup phone, but like as a crypto thing, it wasn't anything beneficial. So that's why I like is seeing the Solana Seeker at ETH Boston was Sol Boston was really cool because someone made a transaction on that and showed us that, which was really sleek, I think. But yeah, this one I've seen a lot about recently. You said you just got it. I'm definitely excited to hear more of how it all shakes out. So it has its own browser and everything, and like,
It
did
uses
you add a SIM card?
You can
Is
add
it
a
Firefox?
Interesting.
Firefox has the browser, and then it's got its own DGen app store, but also the Android Play Store.
Yes,
Mm.
that's so much better.
Or it's basically just web apps.
I wouldn't ever need, I was about to say I wouldn't ever need like the Play Store really on that, right? Like, because it's not like that's not what it's
Downloaded Club GG Poker to do some
okay. I
poker
could see
play
that.
to pick up my phone, so that's one of my use cases I found.
That's a good one, actually. Maybe I should do that on this one.
Yeah.
Huh. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's a really dope story. I think my favorite thing is the like non-technical turn developer, right? Like that's the coolest story of vibe coding that I've seen. And like what my co-founder who walked in and then left, Hurricane basically coded everything for our Solana D app, all with technically windsurf, but same thing, right? Like vibe coding, and talking with AI and leveraging the ability to do that. We both do have electrical engineering backgrounds, but at the same time, like he didn't know any Web3 coding until like diving into it, did a little EVM, then dove into Solana. And it was just really cool to see the growth of like him with the benefit of being able to like leverage AI, because in the past, like the best thing developers ever had was Stack Overflow, and you had to hope someone asked the same question as you, right? Like that problem being solves such a big challenge for new people getting into coding. So I think that's such a cool part of it, and it's really exciting to hear more of that, because my goal as a technical founder is to bring some of these technologies, and build open source tools so that musicians can just like one click add in their parameters and no code build, but also have the ability, if they want to, take that code and build on top of it what they want to build, right, for themselves. And I think that part of like this open source space, if we can get more developers and more people that want to build this like open source tech of just like let's build in this collective union, whether it's like open source fully to the world or like your select group of token holders, right? Like maybe a perk of being a super token holder is you also can build on top of it. I'd like on our side too, right? Like that's something that I'm just thinking about now. But it's that side of things is really cool to me. So I'm really excited to see like what you do now. And like you just said, like in the last, I don't know, was that the last 3 days then that you've built the app on the phone? Or were you building it before you got it?
Did it on Sunday afternoon after I
That's
got it.
awesome.
Like, it'd be really cool to buy merch on here. So I was like, how do I do it? And hopped on Cursor, found some docs, and a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Sick.
Hell yeah, I love that. Oh, what's
Hey,
good? We got
W
a
Raid
little,
real quick. Yoni in the
raid.
building. Good to see you.
Oh,
Iro in the building. That's love. Appreciate y'all, man. Oh, that's man, that's awesome. Savage. That's really cool, man. Because one of my questions I was gonna ask, like, what's the future of Minted merch? But you are living in the future.
Yeah.
You live in the future, code in the future, you know, porting over to the DJ one. Yeah.
Man, I'm excited. We got a lot of things cooking. A lot of things are on the cusp of releasing. A lot of things are in the back burner, but yeah, I need more time in the day and maybe a bigger team soon. But yeah, right now it's just me and Kat holding strong. She does a lot of our design work, handles a lot of the mediations between our collab partners, which, trust me, a lot of work goes into that. A lot of work. That's probably one of the busiest sections outside of making sure the app is maintained. Right? Run troubleshooting errors, failed orders, things like that. But it's just it's a job within a job. But we both also have full-time jobs on top of that. So, but Minted is our first priority. But yeah, no, it's 7 days a week.
That's awesome. No, I love it. I totally get it. We're with the ethos. I'm excited to have you. We're amazing to have you on. And yeah, I want to show off my my card that I got from Minted Merch this week. Yeah, I got this this Magic the Gathering Master Grief card with crypto. So I didn't spend any of my fiat at all. It was really easy and simple. So no, shout out to you guys for making it cool and easy. And maybe it'll be even easier next time if my shipping information is in there. I don't even remember how it did the shipping information. It might have been through the whatever payment platform it was, but yeah, yeah. So it's really cool to see the also collaborations you guys have started to do with like Farcaster communities and brands, and seeing that growth as well, because like a big part of like who's going to come in and buy the merch are the people, from those brands. So it's like when you add in someone else coming to that page and checking out their specific merch, you also have all these other cool brands. And the cool thing about the Farcaster community is a lot of these consumers are fans of multiple brands or communities, or might get interested in a new community because of that. So I think that's a really cool part of it as well. So yeah.
That was one of my big ideas with Minted Merch, because back in the NFT days, I mean, you had to know where the shop was just to get the merch, right? I mean, every NFT project had their own shop, and it was never the main website. It was always some Shopify store that was maybe, if you were lucky, linked on the main site. But just finding where to buy the merch before you could buy the merch was a mission in itself. So with everything, again, in one place, you got multiple communities coming to one hub, where they might be a fan of this community, and now all of a sudden they're a fan of your community because they saw it in the same shop, and now they're wearing your hat. And that's kind of been one of the things we're working on building upon. We got a good amount of products in there now. I think we're up to 32 as of yesterday. Had to take some down a while back, and we're adding more constantly, but getting to the point where we're going to need a featured page. Right now it's kind of all product. We have different categories, the category selector up at the top. So you can go into different collections, and each collab collection gets their own collection page that they can link their community to. But what we're going to do is have a featured page on there. So those items that are selling the most, they're the most popular, we're going to have those kind of on that featured page. And it's going to kind of be a competition between communities to, who's on the front page of Minted Merch. And I got some cool ideas cooking along with that as well. More to come, but yeah. And then on that card, that was actually a collab with Sufus, who actually runs the Master Grief.
Okay.
And it's kind of a runoff of Master Chief from Halo.
Right.
Yeah.
He just goes around and trolls everybody. It's funny. He always goes on my post.
It's the perfect reason for an AI agent, right?
Yeah.
Like it is absolutely an ideal candidate. And no, I saw that, and I'm a big MTG guy, so like I immediately bought it, not knowing anything about the brand. But that's what got me to like check it out, because I was like, damn, I'm gonna buy a couple of these because I'm gonna go give it to like a couple of my MTG friends and start talking to them about crypto because of that.
You got like 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
117 total.
Oh shit! Okay, awesome.
You got 3 of them.
Boom. So yeah, you know what's actually really cool? And I mean, I always like talking about this because this is like my thing, and this is how I got into crypto. But recently I've been buying from GameStop. They've added a beta thing where you can buy like random, like this is digitally, but like I've had it shipped to me. But you can buy PSA graded cards. So you get a random one. And it's kind of like a casino of like you could get one that's valued exactly, and then you get it in your PSA account, and you can have it shipped to you, or put it like right on eBay right there, right? And it's just like it's this like kind of mishmash of like digital asset, but not decentralized at all, right? Like it's all through their company, but it's like IP of like right now they only have Pokemon and football, but like hopefully when they have MTG out, I think that's when they'll like start doing a little bit bigger and stuff. But like, yeah, trading cards, like very interested to see how you guys continue to do more merch things, like, and expand out, because like I've seen a lot of really cool, interesting like styles of merch that go and build your brand into something that's not like a traditional piece of merch, right? And I think those are the coolest pieces, because it's like, I'm not gonna lie, in crypto, everyone has another shirt of some brand, right? Like the shirts are a common thing, but like, and like hats are another common one. But the nice thing about hats is you can bring us for specific events where it's a little easier, I think, than shirts. But with like these, like a handbag where you might just be carrying it on a normal day-to-day thing, or like these stickers that you can put on your laptop, right? Like, and like that's what it's for, right? Which, speaking of which, I'm gonna have to put this guy on my laptop next.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to see how you guys grow. It's super awesome to have you on. And yeah, we're gonna definitely share it out more to our community, see if we get maybe some kind of Zao Onaji thing going, and get some merch together where we could lock in something cool. But no, I love that. Do you want to share real quick for everyone how they can get it? Is just what's your website's URL, just so we have it in the video?
Yeah, so the main site, if you're going to the desktop, just mintedmerch.shop. If you're in the mini app or you're on a DGen 1, go to app.mintedmerch.shop. That's going to actually to the Web3 version, you get token gated discounts. It connects to your Farcaster account. So it's going to see all of your connected wallets, and it's going to look at your holdings across all of them. So if you got your minted merch tokens spread in multiple wallets, that's okay. It's going to total them all up. It's looking at your NFTs, looking at your Banker Club memberships for Banker Club discounts on Banker items, the works. But then there's also coin.mintedmerch.shop if you want to learn more about the token. And there's also links to the shop.
Perfect.
Tap all on there. So that's probably the best one to visit first is coin.mintedmerch.shop, and you can get to everything from there.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm curious, B, do you have any last few questions for our guests before we get out of here?
I'm just gonna say, like, what is the best way for people to reach out to you for like potential partnerships and stuff like that, and to collabs or
Farcaster is best for me.
Farcaster for sure.
And spelled Savage, super funny like it is down there.
There you go.
My old Xbox gamer tag. So Savage is taken everywhere, and that's literally my last name. And like I said, it's always gone. So I adopted this when I was in like 10th grade and ran with it.
That's perfect. So that's why I love like Farcaster it's the first social media I've ever been able to get my name, Zol. Right? It's a unique enough name where I can get anything without numbers, right? If I do anything longer. The issue is 4 letters long. So I've never been early enough to an app to get it, but I was with Farcaster. That's the reason I joined Farcaster. And then I actually left for like a year and a half and just got back into it this year, right? I got it because I like got an invite code from someone for something. And I was like, you know what? Let me at least like lock in my name. I have Zol.eth and pay an exorbitant amount per year because it's 4 letters also.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I love that. And I think that's a huge part of like, for me, the like figuring out a brand that's like kind of with your doc's name works really well for your branding, because like for me, when I say my name, it works well with the brand name. So like it goes really, really well interchangeably, versus you see a lot of people building a doc's like profile brand image. And there is a challenge that does come with that sometimes when you want to like build more onto the whatever other side, right? Like you have just 2 different competing worlds. Excuse me for your attention. So no, I love it. SVVVG3, tap in with Savage and minted merch. And my favorite thing is the colors you guys have going on with the scheme here with the Mario colors, because it's just super nostalgic, and it's a classic. Freeze asked here if you're on Twitch at all.
Me?
Yes, you.
I'm on there as like a viewer, but I don't stream it all now.
Stream.
That's what I assumed, but I wanted to at least ask. So yes, Z does love the purple app, the other purple app, and Freeze, you will have to jump on Farcaster. I'll shoot you over an invite though. We'd love to have you over there. And then honestly, Freeze, I think that's where you'll tap in with me a little bit more as well, because I saw you in our X space today. Appreciate you for popping in. But Farcaster is where it's at, no doubt about it. Like 100%. Exactly. Like if you were here at the beginning, if not, definitely rewind, because Savage said like they've transitioned fully into that, because in their first merch push here on Farcaster, they had more than they had on X for a year and a half, right? So I the reason I feel like Farcaster is good enough for me at this point to like ditch the other social media apps, like big picture long term, is like the fact that the different clients are coming out that are solid. So like as it is, there's not enough time to like just spend on just Farcaster, on just like one client, never mind now 4 or 5 other algorithms that have different unique things for different reasons, right? And being able to just get caught up on all that while trying to like manage other apps. So I'm excited to dive more into Farcaster. I'm super happy to have had you on. B, any last questions before we let our guests go?
No, man, keep cooking, keep going in. It's a breath of fresh air to see, people in the, apparel merch space, the real world assets, right? Not a lot of people are diving into that and then connecting and just diving into the future of Web3, even building apps and utilizing the AI tools that are out there. Savage, keep cooking, man. Keep cooking. Heck yeah.
Thanks, guys.
100%. And if you need any help at all, and any support with anything you guys are pushing, or you have a big announcement, or even if you need like some help or support coding, or like need developers or people to help market, reach out. We'll help find people for you. We'll help with anything you need and any support we can provide. And yeah, we're super happy to have you on.
Heck yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank
Guys.
you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for popping in. Yeah, I see a lot of folks in the building in a lot of different ways. We appreciate you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. That was Savage from Minted Merch, and